In this lesson, you will learn how to create custom checkpoints using UFT Developer. Custom checkpoints are very useful if you want to react on a behavior of your application which is not expected and make a decision if a test should continue and document if a specific state was given or not in the result. Let's take a look on our test case we created last time. So here you can see this is our test case which we created. It basically enter or open a browser with advantageonlineshopping.com, then enter on the menu user to open the login dialog. It enters the username amir.khan@embrace.com, then enter a secured password and clicked on sign in. And after 3 seconds, it closes the browser. So this is basically how the test is configured. But now I would like to, as we are providing here a wrong password, let's go to the app. Here we can say if we provide anything which is wrong, it appears here an error message. And this is actually what I would like to capture. And based on this, I would direct my test to continue or go a different route. So now let's open the Object Identification Center and scan this error message. So you can see it here. And let's go to the error message again and open now the Object Identification Center. I will scan this message. So by it, you see it has counted 1. This is fine. And the way it is identifying the objects is by the inner text. So whenever this is appearing, it will identify it by it. So you can see currently it should not identify it as it is not there. You can see it's not there. At the moment I click on the error message and highlight it and it's there, it will find it. So this is basically what I would like to do now. I will generate the code and go into my test script. And let's say this is for custom checkpoints. Custom checkpoint. The first thing I need to enter is here the object definition, which is actually the text which I want to identify. If this exists, then I would like to report something into the result. So it is here. And now the first thing what I need to do is I need to write a conditional statement where I look for this message and say if this exists, let's say in the next 3 seconds or 2 seconds, then it should report something in the result. Yeah? So here I can make use of the reporter, which is a pre-built result object you can utilize, and it provides a couple of events we can make use of. So I will use the first one where I define first of all the name of the step, which is login. And here I can already say if this is existing, so login will fail. Then I continue login with a description, which is login failed during test run, which is from my perspective expected, but still I would like to now put the status here. Let's say status dot, and then you have the lean FT or UFT developer status, which I can say this is set to failed, and that should be it basically. And what I can see here is that the reporter itself imported a separate SDK, which we are providing here as well. So you can see here the reference is on the report.reporter and report.status are the status we are using here in our reporter. And now this event itself, the report event, requires exception method which need to be in the method signature. So I can just use this auto assignment and it will be added here on my main test. So having this, now I would like to run the test and see where we end up. Basically what I'm doing, I'm executing the login, and after the login I describe the message I'm looking for. I check if it exists within the next 2 seconds, and if it exists, I say, okay, in the reporter, I put an entry with the step name login failed, description login failed during test run, and the status, which is failed. So let's run it. And I will close the app. And now start run. So test has started. We can see soon the browser will start. Here's the error message. So it's capturing and closing it again. In the JUnit result, I see, okay, it was a successful execution, but it doesn't tell me really something if the test result is passed or failed. So this is something what I can now find out by launching the last result. Let's launch it, and we can see here exactly the step name is login failed. It is the one we have identified here on the step itself. Login failed. We have login failed during test run. So I can go back again and see here login failed during test run. And this is exactly what was happening. And the status is failed. And in the overall flow, I can see that the result failed. Total steps are 8. 1 is failed. The other 7 are passed. And here is the detailed documentation of every single step which was performed. So this is a way we could make use of. Let's see if the other way around is also working. If we say login will pass and we provide a user which is valid for the authentication, and if this is also reported back. So for this, I will now create a else statement. Again, define the else root and copy my result viewer, enter it here, and this time it's login passed during test run, and here I could say it is passed. This is fine. And the way I will handle it, I will now just replace it with a user which is valid and has a good password. So Amirul Khan is a username. And for the password, I need to provide an encoded password. So let me write it down here. Just a simple password to generate the secure string. And I will enter it basically here. And that's it. I save it and I can run it again. So it has started. Let's go back here. I will leave this, or I will close it now. So let's go and see when the test starts and how it behaves. So here the test has started. It is launching, and we can see on the top it is logged in and it closed. So we were successful using this method, and it was able to log in. Let's see what the result says now. So here the execution was performed, so this is passed, but let's see the detailed result, which is the last run result. And here I can see that everything is passed. The custom entry is also here, login passed during test execution. And this is a very simple way to define condition and custom checkpoints in UFT developer directly from your IDE using the SDKs.